Mark Duplass called me and asked me if I knew how to speak Spanish. And I said yes. And then he said, I have this idea about a movie about a Spanish teacher and her student maybe. And I said, great, what's the idea? And he was like, that's what I got.
Welcome to the American Cinematheque podcast, the show where guests program the film festival of their lives. Joining us today is an actor, director. You've seen her in Parks and Rec, Dead to Me, Santa Clarita Diet, The Beast in Me, and her feature films Plan B and Language Lessons, and the upcoming Brian and You Deserve Each Other. Programming the Natalie Morales Film Festival, it's Natalie Morales.
Hi, thanks.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
For us to understand our guest and their life going to the movies, we need to know about your relationship to popcorn and candy, and what is your movie theater ritual?
Excellent question. It depends how hungry I am when I go to the movie theater. If I've had dinner, then I'm not going for like the chicken nuggets and the food, right? Sometimes I do a movie theater dinner, and I have I think it's AMC's have Impossible chicken nuggets, and those are delicious, and I do enjoy those. Or a pretzel, something like that. But if I've eaten, I do like a popcorn with M&Ms in it. Oh. I do like that. And Sour Patch Kids.
Do you pour it in at the end? Do you have them go halfway through?
You get the popcorn, and then you get the package of M&Ms, and then you pour it in, and then you shake it a little bit. So every bite has, not every bite, obviously there's less M&Ms than there is popcorn typically. Yeah. So you have a surprise M&M every now and then, but all of it has like a sweet and saltiness to it. Sometimes if it's hot enough, it melts the chocolate a little.
And it's only M&Ms. It's not like a Reese's. It's not a peanut M&M.
No, sometimes peanut M&Ms. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you get more bang for your buck.
And then when you go, do you have a spot?
Yeah, middle back.
Middle back.
Yeah.
Why middle back?
Middle, but middle back. Yeah, like not so far back, but yeah, it's the best place to see the movie, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you a trailers person? You get there early?
I do love a trailer, but I don't love 45 minutes of trailers.
Yeah.
I go to the trailers if I go to like a more indie movie theater. Sometimes I will skip the trailers if I'm going to like a big.
What's the perfect amount of trailers that you want to see before?
Well, I like amount of trailers. I don't like commercials. And sometimes now they have commercials. But the movie theater's got to survive, so I understand.
Right.
I would say 5 trailers would be great.
Yeah, that's good. Do you remember the first time you ever went to see a movie, or what that might have been, or where?
I don't know if it was the first time. I know I was too young to see MAMBO Kings because that traumatized me a little bit, and I saw it in the movie theaters. I think my mom thought it was about dancing. And it isn't. Not that I've ever seen it again, but I do remember like blood and snow and people getting shot and being like, ah! So I must have been too young for that. I don't know if that was my first one.
Do you remember how old you must have been for Mom?
I don't know. We'd have to look up when that came out.
But you watched the whole thing?
I imagine I did. Yeah. I don't remember if my mom left the movie theater or what. The movie that I remember, did Ace Ventura come out before Jurassic Park? That's something we have to see.
That's the question we ask ourselves every day. Yeah, let's see. That was like 93.
Yeah, did we stop to Google?
I think Ace Ventura came out
before.
I
think so too. No.
Oh.
Jurassic Park is 93. Ace Ventura is 94.
I think Jurassic Park was 94. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So then, the movie I really remember watching and going and seeing was Jurassic Park. That was the first one. Yeah.
Because there'd never been anything like that ever.
And I don't think there has been since.
No.
Even the other Jurassic Parks.
True.
Yeah.
I think it was the mixture of like practical effects with the special. It was.
And also incredible directing. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Wait, I have another thing that might have come out before that. Did Ninja Turtles come out before Jurassic Park?
Yes.
That is for sure. Then it was Ninja Turtles. So, we'll talk about Jurassic Park because that was deeply impactful, but it was Ninja Turtles.
All right, we'll go back to Ninja Turtles. We'll stay on Jurassic Park for a second. And so did that spark your interest in film or dinosaurs? Or?
For sure. Not dinosaurs as much as film. I think it was the first. That was the first movie that I went back to. I saved my lunch money. I went back and back and back and back to the movie theaters to see. I must have seen that in the movie theaters 10 times.
And where is this?
In Miami, Florida. Oh, you know what? I'm remembering something. Does this count? Does watching movies at home count? Or are you talking about movie theater experiences?
I like to hear about both.
I was obsessed with Dirty Dancing when I was like 3, and I wore out the VHS tapes. Not in the movie theater though, but that was the movie I've probably seen the most in my life.
So that was probably your gateway into
That was
movies.
My gateway, but not in a movie theater.
Okay, so if we're going in order, the gateway through Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Then it was probably Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yep,
Turtles.
yeah.
Then in Jurassic Park.
And then Ace Ventura.
Then Ace Ventura. That's the Mount Rushmore.
Yes, that's the Mount Rushmore.
So, all right, let's get to why we're here.
Okay.
So we're here to program the Natalie Morales Film Festival.
Yes.
There are no rules. It's your film festival.
Great.
Behind you is 8 showtimes. It's opening night, family matinee, midnight movie, secret screening, double feature, audience award, dream screening, and closing night. You will program this out of like the most formidable, important movie-going experiences to you.
Yeah.
And if you want to take something down or change it during the show, move things around, you can do whatever you want. So is Jurassic Park, is that something to play on here?
For sure. Yeah. I don't know if it would be opening night, though.
Yeah.
I think opening night has to be Dirty Dancing.
Opening night is Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Would that be shown on VHS?
That's a great idea. No, I think it would be shown outdoors, like drive-in style.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you can get out of your car.
Yeah, you can get out of your car or you can park your car and watch it. But yeah, drive-in style Dirty Dancing, I think.
So
is how I would do it.
You're
That's
3.
like the best version of it, I think, in a non-echoey outdoor situation.
Because your version was, you were 3, you're in Miami.
Yeah.
You have a VHS tape?
Yes.
And are you dancing? How are you just watching it?
No, I'm just absorbed in it. Yeah, just totally absorbed. I had, I think, 2 or 3 copies of it because I would watch it so many times I would just destroy the VHS. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Dirty Dancing, we have Jurassic Park. Do we want to play any of these up on the board? And
yeah,
where?
opening night, Dirty Dancing.
Opening night, Dirty Dancing.
Yes.
All right, up on the board where it all started, opening night, Dirty Dancing.
Yes.
You'd mentioned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I sure did.
We haven't gotten into it yet. Were you obsessed with did you love the Turtles? Did you love April? What was your...
real love for Michelangelo, pizza in general. The idea of being an irresponsible teen or kid and being able to like save people, I think was a good, or not an irresponsible, but immature. They were all still pretty immature, and then they got to do good things. And I thought that was cool. And I obviously loved April. I remember seeing that in the movie theaters and thinking that Splinter made a funny was like one of the best lines I'd ever heard. Obviously, it was one of the only lines I'd ever heard. But I think I repeated that. You know, I went to school and was just like, Splinter made a funny, like so many times. I think that's what he says, right? Splinter made a funny or some. Yeah, I don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what he says. I loved the comedy of it. I feel like people didn't like it because of the like outfits, the
Jim Henson costumes.
Yeah, but I think I loved it. I think I loved it, and I think it was the ending was really epic for me. I feel like I haven't seen it in so long, but I remember them being on a rooftop with Splinter, and then he kind of like saves the day, and I was like, oh yeah, and it really like enforced that sort of like surprise ending being a fun thing as a kid. I loved it, and then that led to me seeing Ninja Turtles on Ice, which was also a very
let's
epic
talk
experience
about this.
for me as a kid.
So the
or
film,
maybe Ninja Turtles on Ice was before that, but it's in the same memory like bubble.
So
yeah,
maybe that inspired your desire to see Ninja Turtles.
I also saw Ninja Turtles on TV.
Okay, the animated.
Yes.
So tell me more about Ninja Turtles on Ice.
Ninja Turtles on Ice was, I'm guessing, at the Miami Arena, and my uncle took me and my cousins, and I think I had never been like downtown at night before, or like maybe downtown at all in Miami. And I just remember being like in the back of the car, and I also don't think we knew what we were going to, which was also so epic.
Wow.
And so he like gets us all at night, which we never go out at night. And we go downtown, and there's these tall buildings and lights and like buildings taller than I'd ever seen, you know, and then we go in this really cold arena, and we're like, "What's happening?" And then the Ninja Turtles come out. I like my mind was blown. Yeah, it was very, very formative.
And they just skate around and dance.
I think there was a story. I'm sure there was a story. You know, a little plot. But yeah, they skate around and fight. There was probably some singing. There was some pizza slinging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these lie in your brain in the same way too, right? Because it's like you're watching this thing at home, you go to a movie theater, see this, and there's this, it's all connected. And it's connected with family too, right?
Yeah.
So you went, they surprised you.
Yes.
It's amazing. Would you play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on this board in any way?
Probably not.
No.
Not at least maybe in a double feature. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll put that on ice for now.
We'll put it on ice. Yes, good callback.
I love a movie you made, Plan B.
Oh, thanks.
It's incredible. I think it was released in 2021.
Yes.
And it went straight to Hulu.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But you shot that CinemaScope. It's a widescreen shot film.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be in theaters.
Yeah. And I really believe it should be in theaters.
Thank you.
It's a hilarious movie.
And something called COVID happened.
Yes.
And then it sort of messed up the plans that Hulu had to release a movie in theaters after that.
Can it ever be shown in a theater if we wanted to show that
sure.
film?
And it has been. Yeah.
But I do think the images of the Planned Parenthood still images would be just incredible to see in the middle of that movie on the big screen. You know?
There is a scene with Moses Storm in a park where he plays a drug dealer. That scene was what I was thinking of when I thought of a movie theater. That's what I wanted people to
That'd be a very
large.
Very large. In CinemaScope.
In CinemaScope. Very large. But I wanted to, and I did get it a few times because we did screen it. It had like a 2-week, theater run. I mean, but not a lot of people went because it was 2021. Yeah. But I do love that movie, that point in the movie, getting to see that with audiences. Because what I wanted when I did that was that, collective gasp of like, oh, like I get no. Yeah, I wanted that experience for everybody.
You do not see that coming.
No, I'm glad.
There's so many parts of that movie you don't see coming.
Great.
But that one you don't.
Great.
It's such a great film about friendship.
Yeah.
You really buy into them.
Thanks.
Did you go to films when you were younger with friends? Did you have a social life?
Of course.
What was your...
Movie-wise, you mean?
Yeah, did you go?
I mean, I think one of the first, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it is a perfect film that I remember being distinctly sort of about friendship and having friendship and affecting my friend group and affecting the way we talked and acted and dressed was Clueless. Yeah. Clueless is a perfect movie and was perfect then and is perfect now.
And so you went with your friends to see that?
Yeah.
What did that feel like? Like to bring someone back?
I think it was the kind of thing that we watched it and sort of came out of there going like, that was amazing. And I don't know that we really knew why, but it felt revolutionary. And it really did change the way people talked and dressed. And it was sort of Shakespearean in that way, in that it invented like words and phrases. And I think there were certain, California, LA isms, like whatever. And maybe but they hadn't really spread out to the rest of the world, And I feel like it was like that movie just kind of kickstarted that forever. So I mean, so many phrases in that movie, so many just ways of expressing yourself, whether it be through clothes or attitude or dress or like a pencil with a poofy little feather on top. That was a big one for me.
You've done so much television. What is the difference? Is there something between playing for comedy on television and then playing for something on the big screen and setting them up, or relationships, or what do you find to be the bigger difference or the similarity?
Yeah, I don't think I don't see a difference. I honestly don't see a big difference in doing comedy or drama. Like, at least if you're doing it well. I think characters that are in a comedy shouldn't know they're in a comedy. And it's funnier that way. The big difference between TV and film, I think, and like character is just the time that you get to develop a character and how deeply you get to know them. I mean, like, I think Mike Schur is a master at like really having so many details that you know about the characters in his shows that, I mean, and I love this about his shows, and I think this is what everybody else loves about his shows, and this is what I try to do. And like, when I have created television before that still hasn't gotten made, just watch out for that, is like having these like rich, detailed lives about these characters, and also like continuing to remember that, I think there's a lot of TV shows that like will tell you something very specific about one character and then forget about it the rest of the, season. I think Buffy did that really well. I loved Buffy when I was a teenager and preteen. I was obsessed with Buffy. And I think it's that thing where like, when you get to even the end of season 1, but surely by season 4, all the characters know how one character is going to react to something. And so does the audience, just based on the fact that you know them. And I love that. And that's not necessarily something you get time to do with a movie.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to play any of these? Do you want to play Clueless on this board? Does it go anywhere?
Probably, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I think my brain needs to go in order.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to
Okay.
focus on Family Matinee.
Yeah, let's focus on Family Matinee. I'm going to say
Okay.
Jurassic Park there.
We're going to put Jurassic Park
Yeah,
there.
I would have said Ace Ventura or Ninja Turtles, but being a family matinee, I also want the adults to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that many adults would enjoy Ninja Turtles. But I do know they would enjoy Jurassic Park.
All right, Jurassic Park, Family Matinee.
Yes.
We've got opening night, Dirty Dancing, Family Matinee, Jurassic Park. You're such a funny person. Was Clueless, did it awaken your humor? Do you remember movies? Maybe it was Ace Ventura,
Ace Ventura.
too? Is it that it?
Ace Ventura. I mean, I think this is the second Ace Ventura when he comes out of the rhino at the beginning. But I remember thinking there will never be anything funnier on screen ever. I remember watching that and like literally being on the floor, the sticky, disgusting floor of the movie theater, unable to breathe because I was laughing so hard and truly feeling like I think I was kind of a movie critic from that early on. I think I like went to school and was like, there will never be anything funnier than this. And I watched it again recently, and it's pretty up there as far as an opening scene for a movie. Like it's incredible. Yeah,
He did not hold back.
no,
in that
he
film.
never does, which is the amazing thing about Jim Carrey.
And
Yeah,
there's another film that was panned, but I feel like kids
loved
especially
it. Yeah,
loved it.
Yeah,
Like he spoke to them in a way
Yeah.
that no one else could.
Yeah.
So there's Clueless and Ace Ventura, or
Yeah.
maybe two of these formidable comedies. Are there any other formidable comedies?
so many. I mean, Wanderlust is one of my favorite movie-going experiences of all time, and it's also so endlessly funny, as is like all of David Wayne's work. But I truly think Wanderlust is my favorite of his movies. I mean, there's a scene with Paul Rudd in the mirror that's the best talking to yourself mirror scene of all time, and I actually homage it in Plan B because I love that scene so much.
But we're also on to Midnight Movie.
Oh yeah.
So would the Midnight Movie to you be a comedy, or is it something that's like horror or culty? And is there anything that maybe in your younger years or college years that feel like the Midnight Movie?
You know, I think I'm going to do All That Jazz for the Midnight Movie.
Oh, wow.
Because it's so weird and great. And you kind of feel like you're hallucinating when you're watching it, which I think was the point of it.
Yeah.
And it's so good. So I think I would do All That Jazz for Midnight Movie. I think it's the kind of movie that really would would like change a lot of your minds. Okay, if you asked me about how I would do opening night, I think maybe I would do that Midnight Movie. I don't know if they do it here in LA, but in New York, they do like a night at the museum where you can sleep over at the museum. They do it for kids.
Oh, wow.
And they should do it. Well, I guess there's problems with doing that for adults. There's issues there. But I think if you were to like, if you could like kind of have a sleepover party and like a sleepover kind of screening where you got to watch that in bed or in a comfortable situation, that would be in a screening room with a lot of people. I think that would be really and like next to somebody that you want to talk about it with afterwards. I think that would be really fun.
So it's kind of a group slumber party, all that jazz.
Yeah, but
at
I'm
midnight.
seeing all the problems with that. So I'm just thinking logistically, and obviously this is a fake movie festival.
Yeah.
But so maybe I won't think about the logistics of that, but I was thinking about the experience of it. I just want you to be comfortable. Maybe on beanbags, maybe like, yeah, but I think it just raises a lot of questions, and it's also so funny, and it's also so visually stimulating. Yeah, it's a good midnight movie.
And
I think.
it's from Dirty Dancing to all that jazz.
Yeah.
Quite a leap.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. The Midnight Movie, all that jazz.
Well, from Jurassic Park also. Big leap.
All right, we have Dirty Dancing to Jurassic Park to all that jazz. It's a bit of a leap. Do you remember the movie that changed your relationship with movies, or said like, oh, I want to do that, or changed just how you thought about them?
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a movie. It was a person, but it was during a movie. When I first moved to LA, there was a theater here called the Silent Movie Theater that has since changed over in a few different ways. But they used to do month-long screenings of different silent movies. And I saw a Buster Keaton movie. I saw College, which is not his best, but was very impactful to me. And then I immediately went back and saw all the rest of his movies. And watching him on screen, Buster Keaton is the biggest inspiration to my career by far. I watched him on screen and I said, like, oh, that's exactly what I want to do. It just changed everything for me.
So there I can see some of the bigness all around. Things are collapsing, but the emotional state
Exactly.
is very serious.
Yeah.
And so describe this. So it was the silent movie theater at the time. They only ran silent movies at that time,
Mostly,
right?
I think. I think they, had to make money and sometimes ran other things, but they mostly ran silent movies, yeah.
And was this the first time you going to see a silent film, or did you love them?
I think I had seen some Charlie Chaplin before, but I had never even heard of Buster Keaton.
Yeah. So what was that like to go in there? You didn't hear this, but it's a silent movie.
I think I thought it was going to be boring because I do find, sorry to the Charlie Chaplin fans, I did find even his movies somewhat boring sometimes because I didn't believe the characters. I found them a little hokey. Obviously, City Lights, blah blah. There's some good. There's some really great ones.
Yeah.
The Great Dictator is amazing, although that's not silent. But there was so many movies from the 20s. I had seen a few, and I found them to be interesting, but also like, I don't know, kind of like when you look at a black and white picture and you go, that was a different time. And Buster Keaton was so contemporary. So, I mean, it was 100 years ago, over 100 years ago now, and like the way that he is it was so hokey back then, right? They're very showy, very over the top of like, this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to do, especially because they didn't have words. They had title cards, and he had this sort of rule, which I also think is amazing for how stoic he was. He had this sort of like contest always going on of if he could use the least title cards of anybody. They would always try and beat that with each other and within their own films. So his movies have the least title cards of anybody. So even with that, it's kind of amazing. And yeah, he was so subtle in a time where everybody was so big. It blew my mind. And it also, it really shaped so much. It gave me so much direction. It's weird and morbid and eerie, but I felt like this like very deep connection to this man who died a long time before me and who was born 90 years before I was. And I don't know, it was like this like direct shot to my heart and brain. And I was like, I don't know what's happening, but this feels so destined and so right.
And do you think that would have happened had you not gone to a theater to see? Like,
Probably not. And the difference, this is another difference, is that most recorded or available movies of his or of any silent period on DVD, or if you buy them on streaming or whatever, have an accompaniment that's like a jazz band or like somebody else, and it's always bad. It's always really bad. And so at the silent movie theater and at any other place where you would do it, you have a live accompanist on an organ, and that's the way it was supposed to be. And they're playing live to it, and it feels exciting and in the moment. Yeah. That was a big part of it.
Would you pick that film, or is there a Buster Keaton that affects you more?
My favorite movie is Sherlock Jr. of his.
Would you double that with, which was the one that you went to see again?
College, but that's not I mean, The General is his classic. Yeah. It's also not my favorite, although it's incredible to watch.
But College is the one that sparked it.
College was just the first one I saw. Yeah. And arguably one of the worst ones. I mean, he's still great in it. The movie itself is somewhat problematic in different ways. In the 20s and in that time, people did blackface.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about Buster Keaton is that he's not ever doing like a minstrel thing. He's not ever he's not ever making fun of it. He is just that character. In college, he's trying to get a job and no one will hire him as a busboy, and the only people at this restaurant are black that are busboys, so he's like, that's what I got to do. And he's not acting like a black person. He's not doing anything like that. He's just trying to get a job.
Yeah.
And which I think is also really interesting for that time, something that was so widely used and so common. It was never a joke to him. It was never to make fun. The only joke was, I need to get a job and they'll only hire these people, so I might as well do this, which has its own implications, of course, but just a fascinating like study of the time and who he was. Yeah.
My first introduction to Buster Keaton was Candid Camera, where they would, it was reruns of that on television, where they'd set out Buster Keaton and have him go to a diner and he'd spill the salt.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen that. I love it. And then these like young high school girls are next to him and they're like laughing at him spilling everything. Oh, it's so good. And he was older then. That was like 50s, 60s, early 60s.
Still hot. So would that be the secret screening because you didn't know what you were getting into, or where would you play a Buster Keaton on here?
I think I'm going to save that for dream screening.
Okay. Now, now you're aware of Buster Keaton, but you're older when you see that. Do you remember the first time you were aware that a person makes a film, or there's a
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park was the first time, because I remember watching that Jell-O move and going, somebody had to do that. Somebody had to design that.
Yeah.
And in connection with Buster Keaton, something else that I love about Buster Keaton and that I try to do in my movies as much as possible. And everything that I do is I love practical effects as much as possible. And I think Jurassic Park is an incredible combination of, you know, what you can do with practical effects and CGI. And I worked with the very first show I ever was a series regular on was a show called The Middleman. And one of our directors on that show is a wonderful man named John Kretschmer, who became friends with me, who was an AD on Jurassic Park. And he told me this amazing story, and I may be butchering it because he told me a long time ago. So I hope he doesn't get upset if he listens to this, and I hope I'm saying it right. But he was an AD on Jurassic Park, and it was up to him to figure out how to make the puddle on the ground move in the way that Steven Spielberg wanted it to move. They couldn't figure out how to make the ripples on the water come from the middle. They could only, no matter what they did, it was coming from the side in some way. It wasn't exactly what he wanted. And it was up to John to figure that out. And he finally set up a bass string under the puddle and pulled that, and that's how the ripples of water came out from the middle. And he told me that, and I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's where that magic came from, that just...
Totally.
The caring about every little
I love figuring
detail.
stuff like that out, how to do something. I like being scrappy in that way.
And
it's magic, too.
Yeah.
I mean, Buster Keaton was named Buster by his godfather, Harry Houdini. It's all magic. Yeah.
If the building falls around Buster Keaton and it's all effects and it's not like practical...
Yeah, it's not as
funny.
exciting. Yeah.
Secret screening we're at.
Yeah.
Was there something that you've ever gone into that just surprised you?
True Stories, David Byrne. Yeah.
And where did you see that?
I saw that at Vidiots.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw it at Vidiots not that long ago, and I loved it. It immediately became one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, I love David Byrne. I can't believe I hadn't seen that. There's a bit of magical realism to it, which I love in many movies. It's funny. John Goodman's so good in it. Swoosie Kurt's so good in it. There's music in it all throughout. There's this real capturing of Americana and like everyday people that is in no way making fun of them, but only... I mean, it is making fun of them in some ways, but only in celebrating it. And it's beautiful. It's beautifully shot. Very inspirational movie to me. So yeah, True Stories.
John Goodman has some line about his panda bear-like shape. Is the only I haven't
Does
seen
he?
it. That's the only thing I remember. It's been so long. But I remember
you should
that.
watch it again. It's so good. It's so
you were
good.
Like, oh, David Byrne made a film I hadn't seen. Is that
yeah,
one?
Yeah. And I wanted to see it in like a movie theater.
We're going to put that up on the
Sure.
screen. So from Vidiots, you saw David Byrne's True Stories.
True Stories.
Secret screening.
I feel like that would be a great movie to not know that you're walking into. Yeah.
All right. For the Natalie Morales Film Festival, we got Dirty Dancing, Jurassic Park, all that jazz, True Stories that you saw at Vidiots. Vidiots is a unique place. You can rent films. What's it like to see a film at Vidiots?
It's so fun. It's a great theater. They care so much about their screenings and the way everything feels and sounds, and they program really great things all the time.
So we're now at the double feature.
Yeah.
Do you want to try to go into there, or do you want to move
let's do
past it? Okay, we're going to go into a double feature.
Sure.
Do you have something, or at least one of the films that you think is going to play for us?
I do.
Okay.
I hope this is not self-aggrandizing, but I think I'd have to play both of my movies.
Yes.
I made them both at the same time. They were a simultaneous debut. I don't recommend that. It was very hard.
They're so different.
They're very different, but also in promoting both of those and in talking about both of those, they are very different, but they also both are about friendship in so many ways. So they have that similarity to them.
How did you make them at the same time?
So Plan B, the start shooting date for Plan B was March 13th, 2020. We all know how that went.
Bullseye.
Yeah, we got shut down the Friday before the Monday when we were going to start filming. And it was, we were completely all prepped for it. And so then, and at that time, everybody was like, oh, COVID's going to be like a 2-week thing, which just seemed impossible to shut down for 2 weeks, And then it was months and months in. And then sometime in May, Mark Duplass called me and asked me if I knew how to speak Spanish. And I said, yes. And then he said, I have this idea about a movie about a Spanish teacher and her student maybe. And I said, great, what's the idea? And he was like, that's what I got. And he was like, will you write it with me and make it with me? And so we co-wrote it.
Had you wanted to direct up until then? Was there something inside that you guys wanted to write and direct? And like it was like a thing?
I had wanted to direct because I was writing a lot and I didn't know who would direct the things that I was writing and not ruin them. So I decided that I would have to teach myself how to direct. And I have a lot of friends in bands. So I was like, let me make your music videos. We can discuss everything you want. We can make it. We can agree on what you want. And then I just get to have final cut. I will do what you wanted, but you have to like let me do it, and I'll pay for everything.
Okay, so you and Mark.
I would do all these music videos, and then I did more and more, and I did some Funny or Die videos, and then I did a music video for Andrew Bird that Mark saw and liked, and then he asked me to do a couple episodes of his show Room 104 on HBO. So I did that, and so that's how I knew Mark and how he knew I was a director. Yeah. And then I got Plan B before that, technically, right? But we hadn't shot it. So Mark and I...
when did you shoot Plan B?
So Mark and I wrote language lessons in like May and June. And then we shot it at the end of June.
Okay.
I was editing that. And then I got the call from Plan B that we were going to be back in September. And so
2020?
Yep, of 2020. So then we shot Plan B, and I was editing language lessons on the weekends and reshooting some of language lessons on the weekends while I was shooting Plan B during the week. And then language lessons came out, went to Berlin and South by Southwest first. So it was out in festivals. And then Plan B came out on Hulu, and then language lessons came out in theaters. So it was like very simultaneous. So that probably would be my double feature also, because no one's ever done it, and I feel like it's a good double feature.
I mean, you're in so much that even there's a pandemic, and then you made 2 movies.
Yeah, that was crazy. Actually, I made 3 because after in the week after I finished Plan B, and the week and a half that I gave the editor to assemble the movie, I went and shot a movie called I'm Totally Fine with Jillian Bell in like the 7 days that was. So I made 3 movies that year, which was crazy.
I can't believe Plan B was made. It's so funny that it was made at that time.
Yeah, it was like one of the first things to come back during the pandemic. So yeah, I was directing from 6 feet away with a shield, and it was crazy.
I mean, I think people one day will discover, wait, that was made at that time.
Yeah, it was a difficult time. It was also a really insane election happening at that time, and high stress.
So it's a moving film, but so joyous that it's really hard to think that was made at that time.
Yeah.
Real quick we're going back to Plan B, but kids on speed, kids with sex. Like, did you, as a director, get involved in these things that are not always shown or kind of shielded?
Yeah, I mean, I think what was important to me about Plan B and what really drew me to it is that it's sort of like, what if Superbad was 2 non-white women that instead of trying to get alcohol for a party are just trying to get basic health care. That was really intriguing to me, and how to make it really, it's sugar with your medicine, you know? How to make it really, really funny and not preachy at all, and also educate, and also make you understand what people are actually dealing with, and how the state of our country is, and what it is like for teen girls and women all over the place. What hopefully happens, and what was my goal with that movie, is that you're having this like really fun, absurd, insane ride, and then like all of a sudden you get hit with like, oh shit, these 2 girls that I really care about now are having this very, very real problem, and so are many other people, and I'm just noticing it this second, and it's that much more impactful because you've been along with them for this crazy ride. That was kind of my goal with that.
I could not recommend it any stronger.
Thank you.
It definitely deserves to be up on the big screen. Would you start with that, or which order would you put them in?
I think I would start with language lessons and then Plan B. Also, language lessons is shorter.
Would you do this double feature at the Cinematheque if we were in?
Yes.
Let's do it. All right, language lessons and Plan B.
That would be a dream.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, we just put language lessons and Plan B in the double feature. If we're going in order, it's an audience award, which is the greatest audience you've been in. And real quick, before I leave Plan B, I want to talk about diversity in films on the big screen. That's why they need to be seen on the big screen. Often when they talk about diversity in films, it's still like one culture. And what I liked about this, and what I like my dead friend Zoe, it's so many different cultures intermingling. Is that something you strive for as a producer as well? Or?
Totally, absolutely. And it's also what happens when we look around us. You know, I think it's not hard. It's not hard to do. and it shocks me that people act like it is. And I deal with it all the time as a director and a writer and a producer on things where I'm the only non-white person in a room and the only person kind of insisting that we look at that kind of casting or that kind of storytelling that feels diverse. And I want to say something here on this podcast because I think it's an important PSA. Something that I get from casting directors or from people or from I don't understand why people say, well, this person is diverse. This actor is diverse. A human being cannot be diverse. A cast can be diverse. A human being cannot be diverse. That means you're centering whiteness so much that anybody else is diverse. That's not true. A cast can be diverse. A human being can't. Yeah. That's something I want to say.
Yeah. Anything that's singular cannot be diverse.
Right. It's just English.
It's singular.
Yeah. Can't tell you how many times I've heard it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Audience award.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw Eternal Sunshine and then walked out of the theater and bought another ticket and watched it again. And I think that's the only 2 times I've ever seen it, because I was like, I don't know that I can watch this again.
Yeah.
I should watch it again now. It's been long enough. I loved that movie so much. It's so impactful and had so much to say about the human experience and what it's like to love and lose and what it's like to not be compatible with somebody that you love. And it says a lot about depression. It says a lot about memory and the things that we like that hurt too much to take with us. And I think it's a great watch with other people. Yeah.
You've bookended, like, you grew up with this guy being so ridiculous. And then to see him in that.
Yeah.
Do you have like a personal relationship with Jim Carrey to you?
I didn't even realize it till you said it right now that he was in both of those movies. But I think Jim Carrey is an incredibly gifted and talented actor. And I think he's one of those people that we put in a box for a bit. I mean, we put everybody in a box. Yeah. I certainly hate being in a box. Part of what I liked about making Plan B and language lessons at the same time is that I felt I couldn't be pigeonholed as a director after that. Yeah. People still try. But I really like to make all sorts of things. I mean, Steven Spielberg made Schindler's List and Jurassic Park in the same year, which is crazy. Which is crazy. But yeah, I think Jim Carrey is one of those actors who got pigeonholed for so long, and I'm so glad he got to do other things, because God, is he soulful and beautiful. And I hope he had I don't know if he had a good experience in that movie. I don't know if they both did. I hope everybody did, because it really it's so beautiful.
And there's a bit of Jim Carrey and Buster Keaton. Like, one's a wild one, but the physical.
Yeah, for sure. Being. Yeah.
Now, if you're going to put Eternal Sunshine on this.
I think I would put it in the audience award category, because I think it's so. I think if I went to a film festival and I was seeing this for the first time, I think I would give it the audience award. I mean, I think it's just, what a feat. Yeah. So much of it is like, yeah, it's awesome.
You were in 2 audiences.
I was in 2 audiences for it. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to
also a lot of practical effects. Yeah.
You said that Schindler's List and Jurassic Park came out the same year. Mel Brooks put out Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein the same year, and you got to be in History of the World.
I sure did. God, what a dream come true.
So we're talking about Jim Carrey, we're talking about Buster Keaton. Let's talk
Brooks,
about Mel.
Big fan of History of the World in general. Specifically, I saw that when I was young, and it really was awesome to see. And when I first moved here, I wrote Mel Brooks like 4 letters asking him to be my mentor. He didn't write back. But I love Mel Brooks. And when I heard that they were doing History of the World, I called my agents and I was like, I will do catering. I don't care. I need to be the tiniest part of this, please. Any part of it, call everybody. I have to be a part of it. And I was so lucky that I was. I loved it.
Yeah, there's no one like him. It's like we have a legend like Buster Keaton still
right. No,
here.
I Judd Apatow just put out a documentary about Mel Brooks that is amazing, and I went to the premiere of it. I guess it counts more as TV because there's 2 episodes. But he was there afterwards, and it made me cry so much. He was just talking about life. He's sharp as a tack. Yeah. I felt like I was watching this like legend right in front of me. And I mean, I think to be good at comedy, you have to be really empathetic and understand a lot of the human experience, and that makes me like people so much more, you know. And I think he really does. And also, you have to have a drive for making other people happy.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can kill you, but if you have a good balance of that, there's no more nobler mission in life than that. I think
Mel would come to the Cinematheque anytime someone that was in his films or part of it, they passed away. We do a tribute. He showed up like pretty much every time to represent those people.
That's amazing.
And my favorite story is he came out the back and he gets swarmed with people, and he parked on the other side. He didn't park where he was supposed to park. He parked on the other side. So he goes, maybe we can cut through this. So we cut through an apartment building. I don't know how he knew it was there. So we're all walking through, and he has like a sea of people that want to get their picture taken with it. So we're in an apartment building that none of us live in, but Mel Brooks is in there. And he's like, all right, everyone get a picture. And everyone got a picture with Mel Brooks in an apartment building they didn't live in. He goes through the other side and gets to his car.
That's so funny. When I saw him at that screening, there were so many people there, and I was like, get him out of here. Like I felt so protective of him. I was like, nobody better get that man sick. You better get him out of here right now.
Yes.
I feel very protective over this man I don't know at all.
The best. All right, so audience award.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
It's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. All right, we have 2 categories left. We're going in order. We've got Dirty Dancing, Jurassic Park, All That Jazz, True Stories, Language Lessons, Plan B. And we just did the audience award for Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah.
A movie so great you saw it twice.
Yes.
Now, you've teased this one prior, but it's the dream screening where you can, Bill and Ted, you can break physics, you can do anything you want. It's dream logic. What is the screening?
I would go back to, I think it was 1927, if I'm not correct. And I would go to the premiere of Sherlock Jr., Buster Keaton, Sherlock Jr. That's what I would go see. That's my favorite movie of his. It's amazing to watch. I love showing it to other people. There's so many practical effects in that movie that are wild by today's standards. So many unbelievable stunts also. And it also has such a great emotional ending. It's beautiful and wonderful.
It's a movie projectionist, right?
Yeah, movie projectionist,
He steps out of the film,
He falls asleep. He falls asleep and then is in the movie. He plays a detective in the movie.
So you would go back to 1927.
Yeah.
Where would you see it? Was the premiere theater?
Oh, Grauman's or something. Yeah. I imagine it must have been there. Yeah.
It was one of the Grauman's theaters.
Yeah. Maybe
would you bring anyone with you?
I'd bring anybody that wanted to come with me. I'd bring a lot of people with me if I could. I'd bring anybody that wanted to come. I feel like what a special, amazing thing. I just saw Singing in the Rain in my friend's screening room for the first time. I think I had seen it when I was younger, but I had not seen it in a long time. The opening scene of that, they're at a premiere in the 20s, supposedly, at the Chinese theater, and it's in black and white, and I was like, oh, that's what it must have felt like. Like, how cool. Yeah. Even though I think they got the costumes wrong. but yeah, it's cool.
And so you would go to 1927, you take whoever you would go with you, line up, would you say hello?
Yeah, for sure. I would hope he wouldn't be rude. I don't think he was.
No. You could finally tell him.
Yeah. Tell him what? That I'm from the future?
What would happen?
I think he'd think I was insane, probably.
You could rescue him from all those beach blanket bingo movies he had to make later.
I would rescue him from MGM.
Yeah. If you brought him, say like, hey, you're coming back with us. You don't have to do what? No beer.
Oh my God.
What kind of movie would you put him in?
I would put him in all my movies.
Yeah.
I would be very selfish and I would put him in all my movies and I'd make him do, I would ask him to do all my stuff. And I'd also ask him whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah. He does owe you at this point.
Because I brought him from maybe I've kidnapped him. I don't know. I'd introduce him to Mel Brooks because I know Mel Brooks would want to meet him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Maybe Mel Brooks did meet him. I wonder if he did.
Yeah, maybe like 1960, like those
he died in 1966. So I wonder if he did meet him at some point.
That show of shows
yeah,
time,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it as a dream screening, Sherlock Jr.
Sherlock Jr.
We're at closing night.
I know. Exciting.
We've got 7 of 8. We've traveled through time. We've gone to see Dirty Dance. We had sleepover. I think we've done a lot of things. But now we're at closing night. What is the closing night to the Natalie Morales Film Festival?
Moulin Rouge. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good closing night movie, I think. Is. Also, I mean, in my very formative favorite movies of my life, it's so good. It's so good. I just watched it again like a few days ago. And I mean, I watched that movie. I don't think I saw it in the movie theaters when it first came out. I have seen it since in a movie theater, but I saw it. Where did I see it? At one of the they had a screening here at like at the State Theater, or the Los Angeles Theater, in downtown for like Valentine's Day one year,
Nice.
and I went to see it. But I first saw it on a tiny little TV that had one of the VHS things in my bedroom, and when I was a teenager, and I cried and cried and cried, even though he tells you the very first line she's going to die at the end, and he keeps telling you that she's going to die at the end. It's so well crafted. I love Baz Luhrmann. I think when you watch that movie, everything about it is insane in the best way. Like, you're like, the detail that goes into that movie, like the songs, obviously all the songs, or most of the songs, are other songs, right? It's an amalgamation of different songs and covers, but the way they're put together, the Elephant Medley, all of that is incredible artistry. But even just like, okay, Satine, the costumes and the hair and makeup are the best I've ever seen, as far as like it's all a painting, and it's all part of the same painting. And like, you think about Nicole Kidman, her costume always works with the space that she's in. And I mean, everybody's costumes work, but like, okay, she lives at the Moulin Rouge. She lives in an elephant. And the elephant is the most beautifully decorated thing you've ever seen. Like, the production design in that movie, I just think about, as a director, I think about all the decisions that take place, and there's so many decisions in every frame and sound bite of that movie, and they're all perfect. Yeah, I think it's a perfect closing night film.
And so will we one day expect you to direct a musical?
I would love to direct a musical. I would love to direct every genre. That's what I would like. Yeah.
What is it about seeing a musical in that? Because you mentioned Dirty Dancing, you got all that jazz. You got
I don't know that Dirty Dancing would be a musical. It just has a lot of music in it. Yeah, I mean, it's the best soundtrack of all time.
Yeah, I guess it's not. They're not singing.
Yeah,
but they are dancing.
I mean, I did start out in music videos. I love music. I think the first inkling I had of being a director was when I was younger. I mean, I watched a lot of MTV, a lot of music videos, and I would listen to songs and I would imagine what I would make the music video out of. And I didn't even know that would be like directing a music video. You know what I mean? Like, I had no idea that this was something I could do. I didn't really know what it was, but I remember listening to songs and imagining, like, coming up with the entire music video in my head. And music is really important to me in both of my movies. I mean, Plan B, the music is a big part of that movie. Not only the score, but the soundtrack of it is very, 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 very intentional. So yeah, I love music.
What's the best? You mentioned Miami, New York, LA. What is the best city to see a movie in? Do you have a favorite?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. I mean, another midnight movie that I'm sort of like, I would like to do a slash is The Room. The Room is the best movie to see at midnight with an audience, which I did many times here in LA. I would see The Room over and over and over and over again with my friends.
Were you here when he had the billboard up?
Yep, I was here when he had the billboard up. Yeah, I've seen the Room in New York too. It's so great. But yeah, Los Angeles just has so many. It has a lot of movie lovers, and it's important to people. And people, for the most part, respect the movie. Like, they're not talking throughout it, or it also has so much programming at different theaters for different kinds of movies that you would never normally see. The movies that I've gotten to see here, I would have never gotten to see anywhere else. I would have never had the Buster Keaton experience anywhere else, really. I mean, that I know of. Maybe in another big city, but LA did that for me.
All right, we got two things to put up. Closing night's going to be Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
And then you're going to add The Room, all that jazz.
Oh, sure.
Sleepover.
Yeah.
It's a sleepover. You might as well.
Yeah. I think it's not a double screening; it's a split screening, meaning you could go into one room or the other.
All right.
You could either you could watch The Room, or you could watch all that jazz.
All right, that's cool.
Both equally bananas.
Dealer's choice. We got all that jazz, or go to the Cinema 2 for The Room.
Yes.
And Moulin Rouge as the closing night.
Yes.
Excellent. Or here at the end, is there anything that you felt you missed or needed to move around or add? Is there anything thing that's so important. That
I'm glad I added The Room.
Yeah. Anything can be a double feature. Any changes can happen.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I'm going to stick with this.
All right. I love it. Would you like to walk us through the Natalie Morales Film Festival?
Sure. So opening night, we have Dirty Dancing, crowd pleaser, incredible movie to start. Also, at this film festival, you're sequestered. Maybe it's on a cruise. I don't know. But you can't go anywhere. And you experience this with all the same people that you experience every movie with. That's important.
Oh, wow.
Everybody watches everything with. So by the end, it's the same crowd you've known since the beginning. This is my sequestered film festival. And then you have Jurassic Park, which I guess you're adding kids to this, and not all movies are safe for kids. So maybe the kids come for this, and then the kids get to play on this. I don't know why I said a cruise. I was just thinking of a place everybody was sequestered. The kids get to come and go. I think Jurassic Park is the most unbelievable and best family movie because everybody can watch it. It's so great. Midnight movie, a split screening, 2 connected rooms you can go between. You can watch all that jazz and The Room. Of course, The Room has forks for you to throw at the screen when you need to. That's an important part of the screening. And then the secret screening, the screening that you don't know what it's going to be, is True Stories by David Byrne. It's a delightful movie to be surprised by. You don't know what's coming, and everything is a delight. Every single part of it is a delight. The double feature is my movies because I felt like I had to do that. Sue me. Audience award is Eternal Sunshine. I just think it's maybe my favorite movie. It's hard to say, but it is maybe the best movie. Sorry, I feel that way. Dream screening, Sherlock Jr. in 1924. I would take everybody on this cruise or other place that we've been sequestered, and we would get dressed up real fancy, and we would go to the Chinese movie theater in 1924, and we'd go see Sherlock Jr., and we would all really enjoy it. And then closing night, all of us would watch Moulin Rouge and probably sing along if it wasn't annoying. And then maybe Ewan McGregor would be there and and he'd sing with us, and maybe Nicole Kidman too, and Baz Luhrmann. Sure, why not? They would come. They would do a Q&A. It'd be great. And that's my movie. That's my film festival.
I like it on a cruise because maybe you go through a portal to end
sure,
up with that.
Yeah. If there's not the sort of like ethical problems of a cruise, yes, let's do that.
And we'll see you a couple times on the big screen coming up. And we look forward to your next feature direction. I just Plan B. You can see that on Hulu. I just recommend. I think it came out at a time where people didn't see it, and we should do the double feature.
Thank you. I would love that.
All right, it's the Natalie Morales Film Festival. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yay.
Thank you. The American Cinematheque podcast is produced and edited by Victoria Alejandro. Mike Cuenca edits and produces our video. Stephanie Cervantes is our marketing manager. Our theme music is by Gelberg. And I'm your host, Grant Moniger. Thanks to everyone who makes this show possible. The American Cinematheque operates the Aero, Egyptian, and Los Feliz 3 theaters in Los Angeles with programming nationwide. The American Cinematheque is a 501c3 nonprofit. If you'd like to hear more, donate, become a member, or program your own AC Podcast Film Festival, head over to AmericanCinematheque.com.